What's up? It's your boy Dynast. At the end of this video, make sure you go to www.dynastamir.com. Check out our fashion line. Also go to searchforUhuru.com. Make sure you contribute towards our documentary. Also learn more about the documentary that we're shooting. And also go to Amazon.com. Search the name Dynast Amir. Buy a book. I made them affordable. Wanted to shoot this video on. I am announcing, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, that Kenya is the future of Africa. And the reason why I say that, some people might say South Africa, but South Africa, again, some people might say South Africa, but South Africa is pretty much Europe. Africa is Europe, South Africa is. Some people might say Nigeria, but Nigeria is so damn corrupt that they just can't get out of their own way. And then you got the Boko Haram problem. You got the Niger Delta Avenger problem, which is pretty much due to the corruption. Boko Haram and the Niger Avengers, I think they're called, the Niger Delta Avengers. They're just going. They were created due to the corruption coming out of Nigeria. I don't agree with what they do. I don't agree with their actions. I think they're deplorable. But if Nigeria wasn't so damn corrupt, you wouldn't have these factions today. Some people might say Egypt, but Egypt is Saudi Arabia. At one time it was Libya somewhat, but Libya, they heavily depend on oil reserves. I mean, they're pretty much, they rely too much on oil. I mean, I want to say like damn near 90% of their economy is oil based. So you can't say Libya, and plus Libya pretty much doesn't exist anymore once they took out Gaddafi. So that leaves Kenya. Why Kenya? Kenya is a pretty stable country. It's not as corrupt. In America, in California, you have Silicon Valley. In Kenya, you have the Savannah Valley, which is like the Silicon Valley, which Zuckerberg, your boy Zuckerberg, is trying to pretty much buy up that in M-Pesa. They also have the fiber optic lines for internet throughout the entire country. So they have the high-speed internet. I know they have it. South Africa has it. I think Egypt has it. I think those are the only three countries in Africa that have the fiber optic lines. That's another reason why Zuckerberg wants in on Kenya. Also, not only is technology and makes up a huge amount of their economy or helps out with the economy, tourism is also big in Kenya, which helps out with the economy. It's stable. Kenya is safe, even though there is al-shabaab. Al-shabaab is probably the only thing that's hindering Kenya from really becoming the dominant country when it comes to the economy and the future of Africa. But once they could figure out the al-shabaab, however you say it, that terrorist group from Somalia, once they could figure out that situation, handle that, they will definitely be on their way. So I'm going to go ahead right now and predict that Kenya is going to lead the way. Kenya is going to be the future of Africa. Also, too, they're working on direct flights from Kenya to America, vice versa. So once they do that, it's a done deal. It's going to be Kenya. Some people even say Ethiopia, but I'm running into too many Ethiopians that are like, no, Ethiopia is not the promised land. Israel is the promised land. So Ethiopians think that Israel is the promised land. So that's why you can't say Ethiopia, because they all want to go to the promised land of Israel. I'm running it, and not only Ethiopians, but also just a lot of Christian Africans in general that think Israel is the promised land and not Africa. So whatever. So Kenya will be the future of Africa. Kenya will lead the way. Also, too, is an English-speaking country. Unfortunately, if you want to do business around the world, you have to speak English. I mean, that's just the way it is. Due to colonialism, you have to speak English. So it's an English-speaking country, but also it's South Africa and Nigeria as well. But again, Kenya is the future of Africa due to technology, tourism. You know, Dagati, Aliko Dagati from Nigeria, he's heavily involved in Kenya as far as infrastructure projects. Again, you have the Savannah Valley, which is like the Silicon Valley. So Kenya has the ingenuity to put everything together. I've been to Nairobi several times. It's safe. It's beautiful. They have another thing too. Infrastructure is great. They have very good infrastructure, meaning the roads. They have very good roads. So, you know, transportation is easy to get around versus some of these cities. It's an absolute clusterfuck. So I'm going to say Kenya. I would also somewhat say Namibia. I've been to Namibia once. Don't really know what's going on there. But Namibia somewhat has that South African feeling where it's like you're in Africa. Well, I take that back. Namibia is not as bad as South Africa. South Africa is Europe. I'm sorry. Europe with a lot of black faces. That's what South Africa is. Europe with a lot of black faces. Namibia is cool. I like Namibia. Namibia is cool. But again, I'm going to say Kenya. Like I said, once they figure out this al-shabaab, whatever they're called, once they figure out that issue and get rid of them, where they won't be a threat to Kenya, Kenya's going to lead the way to Africa. Kenya is the future of Africa. All the ingenuity is going to come from Kenya. But again, Kenyans, do not allow Mark Zuckerberg to buy Kenya. The minute he buys Kenya, you know, it's over. M-Pesa, you know, whatever he's doing out in the Savannah Valley, which is the Silicon Valley of Africa, whatever he's doing, the minute he gets involved, you guys can forget about it because he's going to take over. He's going to put all his buddies in all those positions over here in America that's working for Facebook, and all you Kenyans, you guys are going to get the, your pink slips. You're going to get the boot. So Kenya is the future of Africa. Follow me on social media, Snapchat, search for Uhuru, Instagram, search for Uhuru, Facebook, search for Uhuru, Twitter, search for Uhuru. Follow me, check me out, Dynasty Mirror. I'm out. Till next time.